It's the one you want to win, isn't it? It's the team event. It's the hardest one to win. It's the one that takes the most depth, and we are going to do it right here. Shaw and Partners Summer of Surf round number 1, the final event on the program. The girls are set and ready to go. Redheads there as well, off and away. Manly's in the mix as well as the internationals. The centre of the screen, Lizzie Wellborn, looks like she's leading off for the Newport club, as is Harriet Brown, and off and away. And not the start a couple of these girls would have been looking for, but centre of the screen doing a very, very good job there. Is that Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park have hit the lead, and like you said, they're the Australian Board Relay champions, and they've done a fantastic job pushing very, very hard on this one. And you just want to get to the front, don't you? You can't lose it. You just want to be on that front wave and give your teammates a chance.
Lizzie Wellborn's there, and she's giving Newport every opportunity. You can see she's pulling up beside the Burleigh girl there, and she's going to sit there. Harriet Brown's just on her outside. Two very, very notable board paddlers. As I said before, you've gone with Northcliffe. I'm going with Newport. And at this stage, Burleigh's leading. Alexandra Headlands, on paper, they are the favourites without a doubt. The male and female Australian title champions. I actually didn't forget to mention them. I just chose not to after they stole the victory from me last year. I was still a little bit sour about it.
He's not sour at all. Matt Bevilacqua looking on down on the sand there along with Noah Steiner.
It looks like the girls could end up on one sort of wave together, 4 or 5 of those front paddlers.
Yeah, you can see it, but not if Lizzie Wellborn gets one on her own. She's pushing, pushing, pushing. There she is, down that little runner there. And I think this wave's going to pick up a couple of the girls as well. So we were going to go from a group of 3 or 4 to 1 out in front. That's the Newport club. And then 5 or 6 on the next wave. Oh, that wave's picked up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on the next wave. So huge, huge run up the beach for these girls. Northcliffe in second. Burleigh A's there. Burleigh B's there as well. Alex A, Newport B, Northcliffe B as well. And here we go. Charlie Brooks goes in for the Newport club, and they're going to play Catch Me If You Can at the moment.
If Newport can go on with this, they will say that that was the moment that split the field. They were all bunched up right together, and Lizzie just stayed on the front of her stroke, kept her head down, and she raided all the way and ended up picking up that little wave, and that was the difference, wasn't it? She split the field.
All in the mix at the moment, but Charlie Brooks, that Brooks family, they've been at Newport from the start. They've refused to go anywhere else. They've built that club around themselves. They are the heart and soul of that club, along with the likes of Mitchell Trim, your Morrisons. They really have a massive impact to the club there, and it's good to see Charlie Brooks leading, and the girls are on the line, set and ready to go. They are into the water next.
Charlie Brooks, mate, he has got Matt Bevilacqua and a bunch of other incredible paddlers right behind him, but he hasn't looked once over his shoulder. He's in it. He wants to win, and Lizzie's given him every opportunity, and he does not want to let them down.
Have a look at Palmer go from Maroochydore. He's put the power down. He's found a runner. That gap's closing. Boys. So's Bevilacqua. So's Braden Casamento from Alexandra Headland on the far right-hand side. The second of the Burleigh teams is there as well. Corey Fletcher is pushing through, and there's definitely a lump coming. There's definitely a lump coming along. At the moment, the boys are going to have to push hard from it. The back markers might get down it if they can. The back markers might get down it. Northcliffe's on it for sure. Alexandra Headland's on it for sure. Newport's going to pick it up, and we've gone from 1 out in front to 6 on a wave. So Alexandra Headland, Northcliffe, Maroochydore, Alexandra Headland B. So that's Levi Penn. He's won a Taplin relay before. He was one of the boys they dragged into that team. What a performance it was. Burleigh A as well, and Newport. So that is how they do. 2 from Alex, 1 from Newport, 1 from Northcliffe. There's Corey Fletcher from Burleigh going to the lead. Have a look at him go. And Marucci as well. So Burleigh, Marucci, Alex, Northcliffe and Newport. They are our leaders. They go down. Brielle Cooper goes in for Burleigh. Look at her go. I've never seen her run that hard in her entire life. It just means more in the Taplin relay. It just means more to your club, to yourself, to your sponsors, to everybody around you. It means more to those in the crowd and up in the VIP section. That is what it's all about, and you will not see anyone taking it easy in this transition. Alexandra Headland drifting off there, trying to chase very hard. Newport going backwards as well, and Alex there again. So Alex with plenty of work to do in this swim as Naomi Scott goes to the front. Brielle Cooper there and Tiani Massey.
These girls are moving in. They're bringing in that 6-beat kick. I guarantee you at this stage of the race, at this stage of the swim, they are really hurting. They are sucking in the deep breaths, and that's what makes the swim legs so tough. When you're sitting there on a board or ski, Joshy, you can really control your breathing, but when you're swimming your face down in the water, and it is tough, as the boys line up there, they are just looking along that start line. Your Jacko Borgs, your Bailey Armstrongs, mate.
Bailey Armstrong, I didn't think about
Cooper
him
Williams.
Swimming. He just won the swim, swimming for Alexandra Headlands. Cooper Williams as well, so watch for them. They'll stand up in in the lead. It is Naomi Scott for the Northcliffe Club in 1. Alexandra Headland's there, so is Maroochydore, so is Newport and Burleigh. So it was 5 going into it, is now, well, it was 6 going into it, it's now probably 5, and a couple of the back markers have got a wave. So Northcliffe, Burleigh, Maroochydore, Newport will go up and around. Alexandra Headland, Northcliffe, Burleigh, Alexandra Headland, and Newport as well. Bailey Armstrong goes in. He won the swim. Have a look at him go. He will never run harder in his entire life than he will at this point. Legs up. Watch for Cooper Williams from Alexandra Headland. This is 8, 9, and 10. That's Georgia Singleton there from the Manly Club. She'll go up and around. Wanda's in this one as well. Jacko Borg. We saw Dan Collins for Redhead. We saw big bustling Bailey Williams. Probably the worst rig on the beach, to be completely honest, but no bloke swims harder than Bailey Williams for Alexandra Headland B. So watch for him to come early and then sort of try and hold on in this one. And they're really charging out to sea at the moment. That group's come back together, and you know what? It was a group of 6 initially. It's now probably a group of 8 to 10. They've just tacked onto the back of them there, and it's going to take a big swim to bust this one wide open.
Kai Costello and Cooper Williams are doing a very, very good job at hanging on to a guy that's Australian 10K open water swimming champion.
Spot on, and this is where this race might break open, because Bailey Armstrong's got a little gap on Cooper Williams. Armstrong didn't do the Ironman. He's just sat around and rested from the swim.
Fresh.
All the rest of these boys did the Ironman, and this is where it's going to come in to hurt them. One, two,
Someone's
two.
on.
Someone will get they'll fall off as well. So Mother Nature just handed them a little one and then took it away. Bailey Armstrong will pick it up. He'll go straight through the ski paddlers. Get out of the road. I'm coming through. The back markers have got one as well. This race is a concertina. It opens up, gets pushed back together. It opens up, it gets pushed back together. Have a look at the grid on his face. Have a look at the handlers yelling at him. Cooper Williams goes after him. It's Northcliffe in 1, Alex in 2, Marucci in 3, Luther Maxwell. That's Burleigh B, and then Northcliffe B. Then Burleigh heads Mowbray Park A. Have a look at Bailey Williams. He's starting to struggle. Bailey Armstrong, he's starting to struggle as he comes down to the ski paddlers. He tags Danielle McKenzie. Cooper Williams comes in to tag. I think maybe that might be Lana Rogers. It is going in for Alexandra Headland. So the girls ski paddlers are in. Danny Mack, Lana Rogers for Northcliffe and Alexandra Headlands. Maroochydores there as well. So is Northcliffe B. So is Burleigh B. So is Alex B. All the teams are in there and in this one, and it is absolute chaos at the moment, Matt Poole.
It's a strong finishing team from Northcliffe there, with Danny McKenzie getting tagged in first and going around the cans now. And then you've got Riley Fitz to finish. Those girls are not going to want to let Danny get away, because you certainly don't want to give Riley Fitz, an Olympic kayaker, an advantage.
An unbelievable performance, but that's your top 3 at the moment. 1, 2, 3, Northcliffe, Maroochydore, Alexandra Headland, then Northcliffe B, Newport, and then a couple of the B teams back there along with Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park. I don't know if the winner's going to come from this 3, but I'll tell you what, the next 5 minutes in this race is going to go close to deciding it. Northcliffe in 1, Alex in 2, Maroochydores dropping away. Here comes Newport in 3rd. That's Gemma Smith on the pink ski, so don't count them out. And Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park with Janaea Massey as well. So watch a big move here. Lana Rogers needs to get down this one to give Alexandra Headland a chance.
She will.
Lana Rogers is having a day out, isn't she? She won the iron, and now she's really turning it on in the Taplin.
She has really impressed us today with her ski paddling, Joshy. She had a 3rd behind Danny Mack and Gemma Smith in the ski race early. She paddled incredible in the Iron Woman as we watched. She got out in front and she didn't let it go. She's just basically paddled down Danny Mack in the Taplin relay. She's about to hand it over to Jet Kenny and Riley Fitz to finish, but wow. Lana Rogers, that was some incredible paddling. Yeah,
these two girls can run as well. They're going to get up and go. So Northcliffe in 1, Alex in 2. Then the racers on behind them. Gemma Smith, I think it's Burleigh Heads, have gone into 3rd. So have a look at them go. The run up. Mackenzie in 1 for Northcliffe. Alex in 2. And for the final time, they'll go through the chute. This is it. They're going to head down, tag their ski paddlers. Riley Fitz versus Jet Kenny. Northcliffe versus Alex. Gold Coast versus Sunshine Coast for all the chocolates here at the Shaw and Partners Financial Services. Summer Surf, 6th person, mixed Taplin. Alex is the first on. Riley Fitz just takes a little while, and he's given Jet Kenny the jump, a full gap there.
That was textbook by Jet Kenny. What happened is you don't get to pick and choose when you get to, you have to wait till your competitor tags you. A little wave was approaching those guys. Lana Rogers really just took it up another pace to make sure she tagged Jet before that wave. He got on before that whitewash, whereas Riley Fitz got stuck right in the middle of it. Really awkward, really hard work. and he opted to sort of sit back, let the whitewash go, which gave Jet Kenny that little head start.
The rest of the field charging through. That's Redhead, Manly, Burleigh, C. Curra was there as well, so don't count any of these teams out. They'll all end up with points at the end of the day for the overall series, but the race is in 3 at the front of the field. Nothing's changed at the moment. Still Alex in 1, Northcliffe in 2, and then Burleigh's closing the gap. Burleigh's definitely closing the gap. I wouldn't count them out. It's a race in 3 still. Have a look at Riley Fitz go for Northcliffe. He's already turning it up a notch.
Jet Kenny, you could see what he was doing there. He did not want to try and fatigue himself. As I said before, he did not want to go in a head-to-head paddle match against Riley because he knew he would potentially run out of fitness. Riley Fitz was sitting on his wash and he just absolutely turned it on. Jet Kenny went with him. He's sitting on that inside doing his absolute best, and it's going to be a race in 3. Shrimp just out the back at Burleigh, but at the front there it's Northcliffe and Alexandra Headlands as they round that final can, Joshy, and it is going to be on the way to the beach.
This is it, the final turn for the final time. Northcliffe in 1, Alex on his tail in 2, and then Burleigh heads Mowbray Park in 3. The little run starts to come. Jet Kenny goes to the right. Riley Fitzsimmons straight down the guts. Then Burleigh heads Mowbray Park, and Jai Timperley chasing hard from behind. He refuses to give up. Jet Kenny thinks he sees something that everybody else doesn't. Riley Fitz has got a little runner, but there's a few lumps on the outside. It's not over yet. Jet Kenny knows he needs to pull something out of the fire. I don't know if he can. It took Northcliffe the entire summer to get a win in this 6-man mixed Taplin. Are they going to start the summer in a perfect performance? Kenny's down a wave. Kenny's down a wave, but I think Riley Fitz is down the one in front of it. He is. Jet Kenny knows it's over. I think he's given up. You can't do that in a Taplin. You can't give up. Riley Fitz has gritted the teeth. Don't worry about riding the waves. He's going to paddle over the top of them. The Olympian's got the job done. He's been in the biggest pressure cooker, but there's no bigger pressure cooker than the 6-man mixed Taplin at the Shore and Partners Summer of Surf Series. The first win will go to the Northcliffe Club. High fives all round, and it was an absolutely epic showdown. Northcliffe takes the win of the final event of the day, and they'll be very, very happy up there on the Gold Coast. No disrespect to Jet Kenny and the Alex team. And then the race for 3rd place is there. Burleigh heads Mowbray Park will just get around. Newport in 4th. Burleigh B there, Northcliffe B as well. So all the big gun clubs will get across the line. But what about that top 4? Northcliffe, Alex, Burleigh and Newport. That is an absolute grudge match all summer long, Matthew.